The good die young, and Robert Mugabe will live forever. During his 37 years in power in Zimbabwe, he committed virtually every human rights violation there is. Fanning and exploiting racial and class differences, he destroyed the country's economy, once on the cusp of being one of Africa's most developed, driving out commercial white farmers. He brought some time by exploiting the country's diamond riches in cahoots with Chinese companies. He largely perverted the country's domestic institutions through violence and intimidation, even attacking the Anglican Church. By the time he died, Zimbabwe was an international pariah, an economic basket case, and many or most of the country's most educated and productive citizens had left the country. His repeated defiance of the courts that has raised greatest concern because it opened the way to almost any abuse, including an attempt to cling to power beyond the 2002 presidential election. When the High Court ordered the police to remove war veterans who illegally occupied white owned farms, the president told his police chief to just ignore the court. Then Mugabe granted amnesty to ruling party supporters who murdered 30 people during the run up to June's parliamentary election and to killings of white farmers. The message was very clear: those who murder for the president will not be punished. Mugabe issued a decree ending any legal challenges to the results of the parliamentary ballot, which in some constituencies was marred by violence, intimidation, and rigging. Now, on to one of the aspects of his foreign policy. The most significant aspect of his foreign policy was the Zimbabwe and Iran relations. The development of Zimbabwe-Iran relations goes back to 1996, when the international isolation of Iran made the Islamic Republic seek out relations to developing African states. Mugabe was a useful interlocutor for the Islamic Republic since he was staunchly anti-Western. Since then, Iran and Zimbabwe have had a favorable relationship, which has led to numerous allegations that the African nation was also directly involved in Iran's bid for nuclear weapons. In fact, Mugabe often advocated Iran's right to nuclear technology, arguing that the current distribution of such technology favored the West and disempowered the East and the rest of the countries.